So it is reported today, September 10th, as of 1700. Charlie Kirk succumbed to his wounds from the shooting in Utah earlier today and has passed away. Obviously, he's not the only one saying this. It's upsetting because Turning Point said that it seemed like he was stabilizing, and I know Donut Operator was saying that Kentucky Ballistics made it back from a shot in the neck, but most people don't come back from that. Most people don't have that training and that luck. And it's upsetting that the media was able to radicalize the left so much that they're still happy that this guy died. All this guy does is he has an opinion and he goes to schools and he sits down and debates with people about that. The most civilized thing you can do when you have a disagreement with somebody. Wasn't somebody who's threatening a rage war, who wanted to go and kill the left, not somebody who advocated for violence, not somebody who has done terrible things and needed to be stopped. This was just a guy who had a conversation with people. He would go to school, set up a booth, sit down, and talk to people and hopefully change minds. And the fact that the left is happy that he's dead and so many people treat him like he was an enemy when all he does is talk to people shows how far gone these people are. They're not going to stop themselves and sit down and say, hey, maybe if we're happy that a guy who just talks to people got killed, we're the bad guys. We're the fascists. We're the ones who are committing all this political violence. It's our time to stop and be like, yeah, let's disavow this and let's have a talk and let's get to understand these people that we're we keep getting told are such bad people until somebody ends up hurting other people. Because nothing was done after Trump was shot, and now it's led to Kurt getting shot, and it media and these paid for influencers and politicians need to be held more liable. And the left will say it's an attack on free speech. It's not an attack on free speech, but when you call a man a fascist, either you shut the fuck up and admit you don't know what you're talking about, or you play a clip of the man promoting fascism. You call a man a Nazi, you better fucking show a clip of him supporting Hitler or talking about how he wants to kill Jews. You should not be allowed to just say those things. Those things should cost you your job when you're lying about people that lead to violence like this. It's just sickening how much the left just can't understand what they've become. And I honestly see people on the right who will probably be more radical over this, including myself. Like, we can't keep living as a nation where every month there is some political act of violence from the left. And it's either swept under the rug because it doesn't support the narrative of the mainstream media, or they actively take the side of the aggressor. I don't know how many trans shootings we've had, and fucking to this. We're at the point where a girl can get stabbed just for sitting on the bus in front of a guy. Nobody does nothing to help her. And when he's on tape saying, I got that white girl, the media is like, no, I don't think it's racist. In fact, he's the villain. Or not the villain, sorry, he's the victim. And it's Donald Trump and his immigration and hate for minorities that have led to this. BLM just posted, before Kirk got shot, a video of a black woman saying that it's a right for them to get violent. And that's not to dive into BLM too much. It's the radicalization of the left as a whole. While, yeah, that might be focused on BLM, these are still ideals that the entirety of the party is taking in. When you have them sweeping information under the rug about violence and murders that don't fit their narrative, and then outright boosting lies to people, like I saw today, I think it was Tim Pool was covering this whole thing, where he's talking about how they talk about how there's racism in America, but they don't tell you which way it's going. Or sorry, they do tell you which way it's going. They just lie to you. Everybody's out to get black people, and then you look at the statistics and they're like, well, you're actually more likely to get killed by a black person as a white person than to kill a black person. 26 times more likely. And that didn't happen just because black people decided that they wanted to go out and kill white people. That happened because the media kept lying to them hiding information that didn't support the narrative, and boosting lies. Like just about every BLM case that comes out, it ends up that the person that they're celebrating is actually a terrible person. Because honestly, all the rational people like myself left the party long ago because of these kinds of things. We saw the writing on the wall, and it was not nearly this bad as when I left. I saw it getting worse and worse, and now it's to this point. And that's why I talk about how they radicalize people so much, because I saw it getting worse and worse, and I jumped ship, and it never stopped getting worse. A man with a wife and two kids is now gone because people wanted to create a fake persona of the man so they could justify evil. I hope heaven treats him well, and I hope that his family here doesn't go without. I hope that all their needs in any way are met and that they live a good life and that they know that their dad was a decent man, flawed man like all of us, but was made out into a hero by what the left did. Because going around talking to people shouldn't give hero status. But dying just because you wanted to talk to people and talk about your difference in politics, knowing for years he's had threats on his life and still doing it, I think gives him that status.